All right, guys, today I'm going to help the beginners out there to develop the essential skills to take your game to that next level. Now, the first thing I would do if I was working with a beginner, or if I was a beginner, is to get comfortable using the chopper grip, where the hand is right on top of the racket. You might have heard it called Continental Grip. Once you get comfortable with this grip, you can just knock the ball back and forth, hitting little forehands and backhands, maybe put a little bit of backspin on the ball. You can use this same grip to volley, and ultimately, maybe not straight away, but eventually you're going to start to use this grip to hit serves. What people usually do when they're starting out is to base everything around their forehand. They get a semi-western grip, it feels comfortable to hit topspin forehands, that's great, but you can't do anything else with that grip. You can't really hit a backhand, that's going to require a grip change. You can't hit proper volleys with that grip, and when you start throwing it up to serve, you start to hit kind of a forehand looking serve instead of a slice looking serve. So familiarize yourself with this grip because it's going to help you to develop far more skills. Then once you start hitting more forehands and you want to create a little bit of topspin, start to slide the hand around the back of the racket. I'm not going to show you exactly what that looks like because you've got to find your own grip. Just feel like your hand is behind the racket, stable on contact, and that's going to help you to create a little bit of topspin. That's going to be fantastic, but don't base your entire game around the forehand. Base your entire game around the chopper grip and being able to feel the ball, putting some backspin, hitting some ground strokes, some volleys, some serves, and you will be a far more skilled tennis player. Now, the most important thing to understand for both players and coaches out there is a player cannot be any better at hitting the ball than they are at anticipating the ball. Your sending skills cannot be any better than your receiving skills. So it's no good watching YouTube videos or going for a tennis lesson where you're developing this amazing Alcaraz forehand, because you won't be able to execute that without the same amount of skills to anticipate the speed, the spin, the height, the depth of the incoming ball. So when you're starting out, your technique has to be relatively simple. And it can be basic, but that doesn't mean it's wrong. You can have a very basic technique that can be technically sound, flawless, but it's just basic, it's just simple. And it's going to help you to control the tennis ball and to get into some rallies. The more you can get into rallies, the more you can get that ball being hit back and forth, the more skills you'll develop, the more your anticipation will develop, which will then allow you to develop more sending skills. So you need to prioritize ball control and simple fundamentals to allow you to do that. As I say, the more epic of a rally you can get involved in, the more you can get that ball being sent back and forth, the more you'll develop the understanding of where that ball's going to be. If I understand where it's going to be, my timing's good, I can start to do more of a swing, work the racket a little bit quicker because I trust my timing. If you don't trust your timing, if you don't have the anticipation and you start doing these elaborate strokes, you're not going to get into rallies, you're not going to be successful, you're not going to develop skills because the rally keeps breaking down, and you'll develop bad habits because you don't understand where that ball is going to be. So you think you're developing the Alcaraz forehand, but you end up doing something funky to try and make it work in that kind of open situation where every shot is a little bit different.